Calling all retro gamers.
Calling all retro gamers!
Calling all retro gamers!
Calling all retro gamers!
What is going on, everyone? Welcome to Calling All Retro Gamers. It's me, Annette. We're hanging out. It is another fine night, just hanging out, doing some stuff. We got some cool things for you. I guess cool stories for you, all sorts of fun stuff. But first, we always like to say hi to people hanging out in the chat. What's going on? Our Jim, what's up? He's in there. Ian Hobbies is in the house, and other people will be joining us soon, as I see some people strolling in as well.
We can see you.
Yes, talking about seeing EXPs and customs. Ordered a white one. Yeah, see, it's
nice.
There's a lot of people doing that. You know, so that's good. It's good stuff. So how's the week been there?
Just trying to survive until take a vacation from work and been busy and crazy customers and people and
Hey, Christmas room. Hey, what's up?
Yeah. Typical.
Yeah, I mean it's that like weird lull right before the holidays hit. You know, like, and this one, and I think for me, this one's the like relaxing holiday. Like Thanksgiving is an awesome holiday, but it's like one of the more stressful ones. Because there's so much preparation for like the meal. You know, there's so much stuff to do in the house and all that kind of stuff. And then after that, it's like the month of preparation to get to Christmas for us. You know, by the time you get to Christmas, you just kind of wake up. You know, of course, you got the kids that are just, you know, chomping at the bit to get into the packages or whatever. But you can just stroll on downstairs. Yeah, you have a late lunch, you know, late breakfast, brunch kind of thing. You hang around, you open some stuff, you hang out some more. And then you just kind of like mosey your way into dinner, and it's just fine. And because no one cares. It's just like, all right, we're fine.
Exactly.
You know, yeah. And that's the cool thing about Christmas. It's just like you're just hanging. It's cool, but it's the weight of getting there is like is like a little weird, and especially where I work, things sometimes can get a little wild. Just saying. I am not joking. There's no hyperbole in the statement that is about to cross my lips, but I saw someone put another person into a wall today.
Oh, wow.
So that is a thing that happened. They were messing around, and it was all in good fun.
Oh, you know what?
Somebody went into
the ticker's wrong.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's /evercade.
Oh yeah, you changed your name.
Or I think it's ever. Is it
went
Evercade?
to naming way and you changed it.
Is it Evercade Dash Effect? Well, because the hilarious thing is, I couldn't just take Evercade Effect because I think I got that other email address because I was maybe going to use it. I think it's my own channel. I should know. I think it's Evercade Dash Effect.
Is it?
Yeah. I should know. Bad YouTuber.
Yes, it is Evercade _effect.
Underscore. There we go.
That's
which I like that better anyway because you can see it.
Yeah, so you're one of those newbies.
Yeah.
I don't know how you.
Speaking of changing,
to be honest, I don't even know how you didn't get that. You know,
I think I already.
It's so hyper specific, but
yeah, no, I think I already took it when I took because Gmail is connected to it. So I think I might have accidentally
got it.
Taking it for myself, but it's all it's all good.
I found out that actually I had a handle when they first tried out handles for the personal channel. I am very happy, very pleased that my personal channel actually has a handle.
Ooh,
so my personal channel, even though it's under 100 subs, my personal channel actually has a unique identifier that is accurate and cool. So yeah,
that's awesome.
It is. If anyone wants to know, it's at Rich Plays Games.
That's awesome.
It's pretty good. Like it a lot.
Speaking of changing things, every time I see the intro, like everyone else's is cool, and I cringe when I see like one of these days.
Yeah, we got to do more takes. Yeah, even my take was kind of like, because like when I did my take, I was this was still like right as things were starting again for me back in December. Actually, this might as well talk about that. Let me set up a banner while you
do it.
Maybe a riff or whatever.
But what I see for that, what I kind of want to do is like find some tall hilltop and be like, "Oh my god, Retro Gamers," something like that. That's
Nice.
not in my office. That's just kind of like out there, though. You know what? But yeah, it's like if we had more time to put in more effort, that would be neat, just to get different people like just like yelling it from different locations. And
yeah.
Oh hey, we got Herbors joining us. Hello.
Hey, hello. How's it going? But you know what's really cool about tomorrow?
What?
Tomorrow is officially the 1-year anniversary of Calling All Retro Gamers having a video on the channel.
Woohoo!
What's up?
Wow.
So happy 1 year, bro. I mean, it's good times. It's good times. Yeah, you're right, Ian. We do. We need to get on. We need to get back on that and invite some more people on to hang out with us on the show. We've been a little slacking. I guess lackadaisical with that kind of stuff. But yeah, it's cool.
We need to, because it's funny because like I would be like, oh, I want to get such and such. You're like, cool, and you're like, hey, I want to get such and such, and
right.
Yeah,
right.
there's a few other.
You know what happened though is we went through our list and we got them all, and then we're like, oh, cool, like, and then we just stopped.
Well, I think too that there might have been some other. So here's the thing: there might have been some other people we'd like to get, but there might be like let's say like maybe overseas, and there may be like a difference in time zone.
Yeah.
So that might be.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely some people on your list that we would either have to like record on a different time or figure out something else, because well, for some of them it'd be like either them right before they go to work or they're just getting up.
Yeah. Well, so like, and quite frankly, like there would be like there would be somebody like, I don't know, like I would love to get someone like summoning Salt, although I don't know if he would just look at us and be like, you guys are just
that'd be cool.
Salt. But that would be I would just
I have a feeling he would be down with it though. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Maybe because because the thing is, some people would look, oh, you're getting him for the views. No, I want to pick his brain, and because I'm sure you've gone back and watched his videos too, and I know he has a Twitch channel, so I think maybe he started off doing speed runs, and then maybe as he got into it, he found it more interesting to cover them and started. So that's kind of what I want to ask him, like, how did you get into it? How long does it take you to make videos? Because like the latest one, like the Lego Star Wars, I haven't finished all. That's like an hour and a half. That's like the longest one.
Is there a new one?
Yes, you haven't seen that?
No,
dude.
Oh, YouTube just on the notifications.
You know what?
Give
That's my fault. Usually I text you and you're like, I'm watching it.
I know, because I get the notification and I start immediately as soon as he drops a video. It's crazy. But oh yeah. Hey, what our Jim? You want some news broken? Yes, confirmed by Dave Pa himself. It is 100%. Tomorrow morning, the 20th of December, finally, the Atari 50th anniversary collection will come to the Atari VCS. $10 off, by the way. Reminders, $10 off for the first 24 hours that it's dropped in the store. And this guy is going to buy a second copy because that's what I do.
I'm hoping on the 22nd. I think either way I have to get it now. I would like it to, if they could, because that's when the Steam sale started. If that could go down to $30, that would be. Because the feedback is that it runs great on the deck, and I think I talked about like on a previous show or something, like it would be like to be able to like see the videos and see back and have that.
Yeah, and I bet 100% awesome.
And I bet you could use the touch screen and just like click on the different. And I've been also what I don't know, another great YouTuber. Tim from Tiny Tim's Arcade. He shows like a lot of like the stuff that we're into, like a lot of like Atari and other things. And he's been showing videos. He's been just showing some videos from it. And I'm just like, man, I need to get this.
It's really incredible. It is really incredible. And you know what? I don't mind. For a really great game, I don't mind if for whatever reason I have to buy a second copy of doing whatever. I don't mind doing it. I mean, I did it. The last time I did it was actually this one right there, that Ghost Edition.
Yes,
I bought 3 copies of that game. The original Destiny. I bought 3 copies. I bought digital PS3, I bought my Ghost Edition PS4, and I bought another edition on PS4 because I had friends that played on PS3, so I'd play with them. And then I had PS4 because I had PS4, and I didn't open my Ghost Edition for a really long time.
Oh wow!
Yeah, and actually that Ghost Edition is my brother-in-law's. He gave his Ghost Edition to me because my other one was well, you know.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
But yeah,
just
no,
so
very
many,
excited.
I think what's the game? It's I think Quartet, if I'm saying it right. Where where basically it's a trackball game, but it looks like it would play well with analog stick. But literally, like you have these objects on the screen, it starts off slow, and you just have to draw a lasso around them before they hit your character. You're just like this dot.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. He made a video showing that, and then it gets faster and faster. I'm like, it's kind of like asteroids if you could draw around the asteroids and weird things flying. I'm like, dude, that looks just super addicting. So there's little things little things like that. So
I know the feeling, Boris. I know the feeling. Yeah. My original Destiny account actually is that. And I think it got so much that I might have cracked the 99 day mark. I had that many hours of Destiny. 99 days. It's wild. It's wild times. Hey, what's going on, Chris? Oh, welcome in. It's great to have you here.
You know what else is pretty cool about our anniversary? Our anniversary is that so that means we've been good friends for over a year.
Oh yeah, I mean longer than that.
Yeah.
I mean for sure. Yeah. No, it's really cool. It's very cool to have this kind of milestone. And I saw it because I was actually doing show prep yesterday when I was doing the thumbnail and everything. I was like, you know what? We're close because I saw everything was 11 months ago. And I'm like, we're really close. Where is it? And then I went to the first video, which is our preview, the what we roll in with. And I was like, when did that go up? And I was like, 12/20/21. Let's go.
Yeah.
So it's awesome. It's really
that's
cool.
right. Definitely over here because I remember when we were when you're going because it happened. Was it did it come out of the flood or when did
it was back, yeah, we started talking about it back in October, which was when everything was this channel was just blank. My channel was blank. I wasn't doing anything because we didn't have it. It was all I was dealing with stuff. But yeah, it was just us chatting and we were just spitballing the idea and we're like, yeah, let's go for it. And then when I started when I got into this room, I was like, okay, well I have a place. So I got a desk and then I had my new laptop and then, whatever. And then we started talking about doing stuff and that was it.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
The races.
Tracing it back. Because I was trying to, I guess it's still interesting in this crazy whirlwind that I went from watching you and Pete, on Evercast, and watching you and your channel, watching him on our channel, and then me being a guest on Evercast, and then now everything else. It's
and then you have your own. You get your own channel. But you know what? Kudos to you. Hat tip, sir. For putting in the effort and doing all that kind of stuff. You're on your channel. That's about a year and change.
Yeah.
Just over a year, maybe a year and 3 months, maybe. On your 500 subs plus.
Yeah.
Which is awesome. It's doing, that's the way it works. It was actually, not to turn this into the YouTube cast or whatever, but we're just, I was thinking about how long it takes to do whatever, and outside of, obviously because Pete has history, is now near meteoric rise back from having a channel that was completely gone to then him coming sort of back and then him back and then all of a sudden lapping me to get to 1,000. Normally though, this is a multi-year journey. You know what I mean? So as long as you're putting in the grind and you're doing the stuff, you get there and you have some cool people like this to hang out with.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
so
really cool.
It's just neat, looking at the journey and then now initially we're doing more of this channel. I put out, if you all haven't seen it yet, my second Steam Deck video. And I started that, and
Very cool.
You may be putting out some stuff. Oh,
Yep.
speaking of which, I may, because my brother-in-law has an arcade one-up, so I may.
Oh, nice.
Over the Christmas
Yeah,
break, he's like the Williams edition. So I asked him, I'm like, hey, do you mind if I like film it and do a review of it? So I might do that because I've never really gotten my hands on when I kind of see like how the controls and stuff are.
An arcade one-up, yeah.
I may get to spend some time because the thing like that, you really can't talk about it until like you've actually played it. Like you don't have to own it. So that might be something I post on this channel because we'll get to the polls later, but a lot of y'all want arcade content. So.
Yep. That's what I've been seeing. And you know what? You know what's really interesting about that? It just so happens that, there is that thing behind me. But for anything that's just standard, 6-button, I can literally just sit here and just rock this.
Oh, yeah. Dude, I totally forgot you had that.
Yeah. It's very, very
That's
cool.
a beast. That's a lot.
Yeah, I mean, this has to like be on my lap. Like, I can like set it up like this, like on here, and then just actually like, this is like sitting in my lap doing this kind of stuff. And you have like the satisfying clicky noises in the background.
I love that. That's almost like AMSR.
But all I have to do is get another HDMI drop, and because this interfaces wirelessly with basically what looks like an Echo, like an Amazon Echo. Like it's basically what it is. So, but yeah, man, like this is, and then because the cool thing about it is like it's got the USB port. It's got the USB port right here, so I can literally just unplug the Quinops X that I have over here,
and just
unplug it, plug it right in here, turn it on, and it works the exact same way.
Because the Legends behind you doesn't have an HDMI out, right?
It does, but the monitor is taking the HDMI out. So I have to put in a splitter and then split the signal and then somehow get that HDMI, like, I guess, under the floor or something to get over here to get
that's what I was going to say.
Well, it'd just be weird.
Well, that's
eventually easier. I'm going to do it because there are things on that cabinet that I want to show that you can only say, like, I only want to show those things because, like they have, it's like the spinner game, right?
Oh,
so you gotta have the game with this. You gotta play it on that because the spinner.
Course.
Like, or the trackball games. Like, say I want to play Missile Command or whatever, right? I'm not gonna play Missile Command on this thing. No. I'm playing it on the cabinet because I got the trackball. Actually, I think there is some Golden Tee and stuff like that on the on the Quinops. So, like, I mean, I can't play Golden Tee because I don't have a roller bro.
So I see the possibility of a new series coming on. Like, how well do these certain games play? Like on the
no, we could do all sorts of fun stuff. All sorts of fun stuff.
Well, at least in the short term, you can use that. Oh, yeah. So, and don't worry, Snake Eater. I see your comment, but yeah, that cracked me.
Yes. Also, hello. Yes. But yeah, I mean, like, I can't wait to start digging in, and we will definitely do this.
Nice. So I guess technically this counts as a summon.
Yes, I believe that it is a thing.
All right, we'll do this one.
RetroKillDashNine! RetroKillDashNine!
I don't know. Always cracks me up.
That's the best. That's the best one. I like it. That dog. It's like reminds me of my dog. He's got a hound bay in him.
I think I forget how I found that, but I think it was called like the world's saddest dog or something like
that. Yeah. That's awesome. But
oh man.
But yeah. Like I'm super happy, Lloyd, that you're enjoying it. That's really, really cool. Make sure you get that Atari 50 on there. Oh, actually, speaking of going back to Atari 50 real quick, huge warning. Do not download Atari 50 on just the EEMC that's on the console because the game is absolutely enormous. It's like 9 gig or something like that. But that means you might need 18 for it to download and then unpack and install. So you might run out of space on the eMMC before you can actually play the game. So make sure you got like a USB stick or something like that in the back of your VCS before you install the Atari 50 collection.
Good to know. Wow, I don't like Steam games. Like usually compression, if something was like 10 gigs, it might be 13 to be installed. But
Yeah, it's a
That's crazy.
it's a beefy. I think it's the largest game that is on the Atari VCS store, or that will be on the Atari VCS store. Because most of the games that I've played, they cap out at like 2 or 3 gig. So
I wonder how many minutes of video is on there alone. Like, is it 2 hours? Is it an hour? You know what I mean? Like, if all the little clips, like if you chain them
it's
together.
got to be hours for
Yeah.
sure.
So that alone,
I'm about 88%. So I refused for this one because there is a timeline and I can go through and like see all of the things in order. I'm basically reading this game like a book. Like I am going through each one in order, and I will not go and like dip in. I haven't touched any of the Jaguar stuff. I didn't do any of the handheld stuff, the Lynx stuff, none of that stuff.
Wow.
I'm still back in the arcade, arcade origins portion of Atari 50 on my Switch copy. And I'm so glad that I did that, because now that I've seen some of that content, I can go back and just like click buttons, and I know how to fill in the blanks in my Atari VCS copy. But I'm glad I didn't go through and just really dive in, because I don't know if I would want to do it all over again.
right. Yeah.
Like on some of the things, but some of these videos are so entertaining. I don't mind watching them again for sure. But I'm about 88% through that first one. So
you know what? That's how I was thinking about doing it, treating it like a movie that you can interact with. Like, it's about this game. Here are the cool posters. Check out the things. Oh, now try out the game, and then like you don't just play the games on their own until you've completed 100%. Yeah, I think that's how it's kind of meant to be experienced.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you after you unlock everything, if there's a way to like just list the games.
I thought there wasn't. Like, I thought you could do that. I thought there was a mode where you could press a button.
There might be.
I think you can just see the games if you.
I just only see timeline mode.
Yeah.
But I was like, well, it's all I care about is timeline mode right now. So I didn't bother hitting another button. But man, I can't. I'm pumped again. I can't wait. This might actually, darn it, Atari. Atari 50 being a thing that exists on VCS might derail my plans for the year, because I had a neat idea for end of year stuff, and I'm not positive that I don't know. I don't know. I should just do it anyway, because I think the idea is really cool. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. But right now, I'm so pumped that 50 is going to be out on Atari VCS. I'm like hankering to just turn the thing on.
Nice. Hopefully on Steam it'll. I know it's a pretty new game, but I'm like they could knock $5 or $10 off. Come on, make me feel.
Yeah, maybe. It's possible. Just to move a couple more units and stuff.
Well, I saw there is a key shop I saw that sold it is selling it for like 34 something. And so it just depends, right? Because for all of you who don't know, like if you go to something like GG Deals, not that I'm plugging my current video or whatever. So what I kind of read, like, I don't want to call it their mission statement, but I think they're allowed to have like X amount. They're like, I guess they're tied into these websites. They're allowed to have like X amount of keys for all the discounts. So they're like from legit, like, they're like from like legit resellers, like,
Yeah.
And so like a key shop, it's funny because they could have 1 warnings or 10 warnings. And some of them, like cd-keys.com, that's a reputable site, but it's considered a key seller because it says like the proceeds may not necessarily go to the devs, or some of them like this one site that I'm looking at, kind of it's almost like eBay Steam keys.
Yeah.
There's like a little bit of a fee. You have to trust the seller's feedback. Like there's a little bit of a risk. Like, maybe somebody like got like a humble bundle and then they hoarded it and then they have it as a gift. So I don't know.
Yeah. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and make myself solo. All right, y'all, you're stuck with you're stuck with me. So yeah, while I'm on that topic, for those of you who don't know, my recent video, I do cover like how to get the best deals on Steam and using GG Deals, because sometimes Steam doesn't always have the best discounts. And kind of one place you can check everything. Now the Steam sales are going to go live on the 22nd, like the official ones, and probably like all the other sites that normally have deals will go live then too. So I'm really, really hoping to get Atari 50. Otherwise, I've been playing a lot of that guy. Kind of like a lot of that guy behind me. I think it was a Lord or someone mentioned in the chat that they were glad that I got that because, with the limited edition and all that. So that's kept me company, definitely exploring lots of stuff. So okay, so how's the battery? Here's the thing, and I didn't want to talk about this. So of course it depends on the games, but it also depends on your gaming habits, right? So for example, if like something like Donut Dodo, right? That game, I think I can get like 5 or 6 hours of battery life because it doesn't take up that much. I think maybe Pac-Man around 5 hours. Something like Vampire Survivors 4 hours. I want to say like for indie games that I play, on average like 4 to 5 hours is what it says. And I'm running things at 60 frames. Like it's 60 frames a second. Not really doing too much tweaking to save the battery life because here's the thing. Yeah, it is. It is heavy. Forcing you to lower spec. No. So the good thing is I haven't the only thing that I've lowered the specs on a little bit is Soul Survivor, because that game, it's 3D. It's still in early access and it's not optimized. Now, if you do play like AAA games, you can lower down. You can go ahead and lower that down. You can lower down the specs, but it's a balance, right? Just like you would on your PC. Like you could choose to turn, like if you were playing something like The Witcher, you could choose to turn off shadows and all that. Or like atmospheric effects. I can't remember. You could turn off that other stuff that you may not notice. Anyways, it is a smaller screen, so it looks really good. So that game, because it's not optimized, I've had to turn things down a little bit. But that game, because it's not optimized, that's like 2.5 hours. That sucks the life out of batteries. More like average games that indie games that I'm playing, I've been getting at least around like 4 hours. And the great thing is it charges up pretty quick, like within from a half charge, like in an hour. I think a full charge 2 hours, or maybe a full charge might be 2 hours. I don't know, but it charges like as fast as your mobile phone. And so for me, like gaming habits, like that thing is big. Like, so I don't leave my house too much, but this for me, like I'm not going to really bring this to that many places. For me, like I got this because I want to play on the couch. I want to play around the house. And so I charge it every day, but like I haven't, I think the lowest I've gotten it down to is maybe like 10 or so percent. So I haven't had it depleted. I haven't needed to plug it in, but those are my gaming habits, right? So it's one of those things where if you're gonna go like on a plane trip, and let's say you're taking like a 6-hour flight, yeah, it's not gonna make that 6-hour flight. Depending on the game, it may make like half that flight or a little bit more. And then that's when you would really want to decide, okay, I want to try to get 4 hours. Yeah, for me being on this plane, I'd rather have 40 frames a second. I'd rather turn down the graphics. And you can do per game profile. So you have like your standard mode, and then you can click a button, and then each game. Maybe I should make a video on that. You can do different profiles. So when you go into that game, it'll remember all your settings, and your tweaks. So that's really only when you need to do that, is if you're going to be away from some place where you can't charge it. And so like later this week, I got to go get an oil change for the car. But because of its size, I'm like, I don't know if I want to bring that, or if I might just bring my white Evercade, because they do give you, actually I have this that I can grab. So it does come with, so this is the case. You all can see that. This is the case that it comes with. And what's really cool is they ship it in this case too. And then it's a hard case. And that's, so you notice there's no room for a charger or anything else. But if you're just wanting to see, here's the thing. That's the thing I wanted to talk about. I've seen some videos where you can get like deeper third-party cases, and you can put like your mouse in your dock, and I could see putting a charger. But for me, the crazy thing is, like, if you're gonna bring it somewhere, bring it because it's portable. Like, why are you bringing all this other, stuff? So it really depends upon your, on your gaming habits, definitely. But it is, I mean, yeah, it is a, it is a monster. Let me see if I can, knocking over my speaker. See if I can go back here for show and tell. So definitely, I mean, it's not like too heavy, but you can definitely notice that it is heavier. And sometimes when I've been gaming, I've had it rest on my chest to play, and it will get a little bit warm. I mean, the fan, the fan is like right there, but it's not like, oh my god, it's gonna burn your hand. But it'll be warm. It's not like it's not uncomfortable, but it feels like it's alive. So you do get used to it. But I mean, I know some people have complained about the screen, but I've never owned a Switch OLED. But I mean, it's nice. I mean, it's of quality. You've got a vent up here. Now there are like two types. So the one part I do feel lucky. Can we go ahead and put this back so I'm distracted, is that there are two different types of fans. There was this one fan that was a lot louder, and I know, and the good one begins with an H. Like it's a lot quieter. So there was one that was a lot louder of a fan that people were complaining about. But the one that I have, like when it like sometimes I'll just kind of hear, but it's really low. Like especially when you have music on. And good God, the music on the volume. I think I've brought it past medium. It's loud because you have in-game volume. So I know I'm getting all excited and hyper focused. But yeah, it's definitely a quality. But if you're it's not going to be as portable like your Evercade or GBA. If you're wanting this to bring to places, now I can understand. Let's say like in some place like Japan, right, where maybe you don't come home every day and you stay like at a hotel. So that's like if you stay at a hotel and you have a place to like keep it, that's kind of what it's for. It's not exactly as pocketable. I mean, you can buy certain backpacks and things, but I mean, with me, I don't really go enough places to be able to bring it with me. So that's, it's great if you want to have a system that you can just like play around the house. And again, it's not that you can't take it with you. It's just it's bigger in size. That's what she said. But so you may not, want to, do that. So yeah, I'm going to decide if I want to mess with that, or if I just want to bring my Evercade with me. Yeah, it would kind of be like, going on vacation. Yeah, you bring it with you. Maybe you want something to play back at the hotel, but you're not just going to carry it on you all the time. And you could while you go, while you go visit other places. But yeah, for me, I got it. I mainly play it in handheld mode. I've only really hooked it up to the dock back there to capture footage, or if I, to capture footage or like test things out and go into the Linux desktop. But yeah, I got it to play in handheld mode. So yeah, I know I talked a lot about the battery and everything, but I was just telling Mitch earlier, like on average, depending on what you're playing, 4 to 5 hours for indie games. If you play a mixture of different things, it could be more like more like 3 to 4. But
right.
But if you're not, if you're just get to play around the house and you're not like, I've never, I charge it once every day at least, but
yeah,
I haven't had to charge it yet. Now, if I was going to go hardcore and play 4 or 5 hours, yes, but
yeah. Well, I guess it depends on what's tagging the GPU, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And you can tweak and you can tweak stuff and lower setting, but I don't do like a lot of AAA games. Strap approach, yeah. Yeah. And I was just telling him too, like when I get my oil change for the car later this week, I don't know if you saw, but the case size is kind of a little bit of a beast. I mean, it's a hard case, and you can put like this in a backpack, but I don't know if I want to bring this, or I might just bring my white Evercade because it's kind of
yeah. Oh man,
it's kind of big, but yeah, I've definitely been for me, it's been working out good.
Yeah. So I actually just reminded myself like how bad the situation is on the VCS for storage. So let me just hit this so I don't give you a stinger.
Okay, and then
oh yeah, we could definitely do that.
Yeah.
But check this out.
I'll make you a solo.
Yeah. See what I have free on the internal storage? It's 22.83 gigs. It's a 30 gig SSD with 6.55 gigs free.
Wow, I kind of feel like the
even know
smartphones.
If it would be possible to actually download the game on the internal storage and then unpack it.
You should try it.
Like, that's crazy.
Wow,
but
I kind of feel like when smartphones came out, that's like you'd be envious of that amount of storage, but no.
Yeah, but obviously I've got my my handy dandy 1 terabyte.
Yes,
so I'm good to go. So I'm also downloading Gunslugs, which is the latest Orange Pixel game to come out, and it's like one of 6 that's going to be put out. This is the 3rd game I think this developer has been released on the store.
That's not exclusive, is it?
One of them is going to be, I think. If it's not this one, it's the next game he's gonna release. Heroes of Loot, I think, is another one of Orange Pixel. It is. So
I think it might. Well, it's not on. A bunch of Metal Slug comes up. It's not on the Steam store yet.
Gunslugs isn't.
Oh, yeah. Let me try it as one word.
Oh, maybe it's 4th because Space Grunts is the other one. So yeah, there's he's got a ton of different games.
It is
this guy.
I had to see that's sometimes the Steam store I feel like is stupid. Like if like I put gun space slugs. Okay, cool. That came out in 2015. Oh, neat.
Yeah, yeah. He's been putting out some of his games here. So like Meganoid is one of his. Space Grunts, Heroes of Loot, Gunslugs. I'm almost ready to start doing a VCS takeover to do Fun for Fives on these because I've got
he's got a lot of games.
Yeah, well I did Meganoid because I did all the way up to Yar's Recharge was the last. Oh, Atari Mania technically it was the last one that I did because I did the Missile Command Recharged comparison video and then Atari Mania. So yeah, it's Space Grunts, Heroes of Loot, and Gunslugs. All in a row, and then do some Atari 50.
Ooh, Meganoid.
Yeah, yeah, it's a pretty neat one.
That looks as you're looking at that, I'm looking at the Steam. See, and this so real quick. So and this is one of the reasons why I wanted a Steam Deck because it feels that it's kind of like it fills that gap of like all these other cool indie games that are going to go to these other platforms. Like now I have a system where I can experience them on too.
Yeah. Well, and because to be very honest, they're all going to be, if they're going to put them somewhere, they're going to put them on Steam. So
it's
So
that's pretty. It's a platformer generating new levels every play session. Ooh, it almost seems like a roguelike. Oh. All right, well, I'm adding that to my wish list. That's that's my kind of game for sure. Nice. I made a Heroes of Loot too. Wow.
Yep, Heroes of Loot. It actually looks a lot like what the new whatchamacallit is going to be. The new Cloudy Mountain.
Oh wow. Oh dude, he made like a oh wow, he made like a Terraria type game. Residual.
Yep. So yeah, these are fun. It's fun stuff. Can't wait to dig in there. And I was also thinking like every once in a while because it's getting to like that 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock EST mark. I'm like, oh well, I'm gonna keep just hitting the store up and see if they actually, see if they actually throw in some goodies and get the Atari 50 out on there. But it's probably gonna be actually tomorrow morning, like 9:30 a.m. EST or whatever. So how do you follow someone on the VCS? I can't seem to figure it out. Lloyd R. Jim asks. So it's a little weird because all of your names are appended with these weird numbers. So if you look at mine, for example, anyone who wants to follow me, it's fine. It's Link Young PS. And then 6496. I didn't choose those numbers; they're just there. So when you make your name, if you go up to the top right-hand corner of the screen and then choose your name, it'll say signed in as and that number, with your username. Give that to whoever you want to have, and then if you go to your friends menu, you can then invite somebody, right? And then you can use by user ID. You have to put in their ID plus those 4 numbers, and then that's how you do it. And then you can have some friends.
See, I love that it has its own ecosystem.
Yeah, it's cool. And then leaderboards are active. People are in there, battling it out. There's some people that are super good at these games. So like it's like, there's always that crowd, right? That'll get you. But yeah, it's cool. It's neat. So anyway, that's that. You want to talk about some crazy PS5 action?
Yes, and actually, before we do that, really quick, video game related random thing that I want to share. We were talking about this a tiny bit because sometimes we talk about like sales and things. So I don't know why, but this is only learn Japanese to survive. It's only $1.
Yes.
Like, even if you don't have a PC to play Steam games on, get it. Just because it's one of those crazy things where if you remember back in the day, like learning how to touch type.
Yeah.
Like you type in the letter. I think it's supposed to be something like that. Like you learn how to have to learn like Japanese, and it's one of those things where I would never probably pay like $20 for, but for $1. So
yeah,
go to Fanatical. I don't know.
Yeah. Very cool. Very cool.
That's all I wanted to. Yeah, they're having sales. So yeah,
Card sales alert.
yeah, card sales
Nice.
alert. That just be a banner. So I haven't. So what is? Are they talking about like a portable PS5 or I haven't heard of this.
So
That's
from what I've read, there's going to be like a revision of the PS5 that will allow users. It'll be an all digital version that will allow users to then add the disk drive to an all digital version of the PS5. Now I don't know if they'll make this accessory, like backwards compatible to the other digital version of the PS5, but it's supposed to be like, I don't know. The rumor has it's supposed to be smaller, and like it has some cool things like quality of life things fixed from the PS5 itself. Now I've only ever seen one in person out of its box. It looks like it's ginormous.
it is. Yeah, it is.
But so anything smaller than that, I guess would be welcome, and maybe less like art design. Because it looks cool, but you can't put it anywhere without like its weird stand, because it wants to flop around, and like it again. I'm down with the design, but also like it's got to be practical. It's got to work in a home entertainment,
Yeah, if you've seen teardown videos where they take out those weird white plastic things, it's definitely small. So I can see them making a smaller version of that that's just digital only.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah, I mean, I think though, because there's other rumors that have happened like up to 6 months ago that there might be a modular PS5, and that might be a thing, but they might be talking about a modular PS5 Pro, to be honest. Because PSVR 2 is about, like that's next year. They're putting that thing out. And if anyone remembers what happened with PSVR hit, and they're like, oh, hey, you can plug this in your PS4 and it's great. And then the first thing somebody said was like, oh man, if only this was just a little bit more powerful, it probably went great. 6 months later, boom, PS4 Pro. You know what I mean? So like, why would you put a hardware revision out that's just simply another way of like breaking out your original SKUs, if you know that PSVR 2 is right around the corner and you probably know it's resource hungry and you're going to give it a little extra juice? You know what I mean?
So here, check. Okay, so I found this art. So let me share. Yeah, no, that'll make sense. So this is interesting. So let me okay. So so some things in this article, to replace. What's hilarious? I like they're rumored for coming out in 2020. I already love that. Like the next console is, they already talked.
Yeah, it's already rumored to be out. Yeah.
But so what's interesting, for the life cycle. But what's interesting is it's basically talking about they're talking about possibly like a PS5, but having a modular, like you can remove the disk drive. I guess that's right.
Are you talking about the actual the hard drive or the? No, they're talking about the same thing we were just talking about. They're talking about
well, so PS5 with a detachable. Oh, with a detachable disk drive. Okay, sorry, okay.
Yeah, right. So that's so that's fine. And then it says in 2024 unless Slim or Pro models arrive.
Okay.
And I'm going with, if I'm a betting man, Sony's got a Pro model in the pipeline. So these rumors are floating around because it's possible that the Pro has that feature. And the reason why the Pro has that feature is because I don't know, it'll allow you to upgrade the disk drive later, because the Pro is probably going to cost an insane amount of money.
That makes sense. You know what? I think I wanted, it's a disk drive. That's what I'm glad I think I wanted it to be a removable hard drive, because what I was thinking that would be awesome, that when the PS6 comes out, then you could buy like a PS6 without any hard drive and just slap in that
just slap
your PS5. You would have all your old games.
They were going all the way back to the 360. Remember that? With the top loaders, the top loader hard drives. Yeah, those were like, that was a cool idea, except for the fact that they were all proprietary, so you were locked into a certain price point. Which was that's an interesting. It was an interesting endeavor.
I think it's pretty cool. Oh, speaking of which, I haven't tested it yet, but I know you can you can stream from your PS4 or your PS5 to Steam Deck or any any of those handheld, like any of those like knockoff devices or anything else that is like a Linux or Android OS. I gotta try
for sure. I mean, you could do it literally on anything that would run that app. You know, like I've done it.
And your PC too, of course. But.
Yeah. I used to do it all the time on a Vita. Because the Vita had the PS5 or the PS4 remote play app, and that was pretty stellar. There was one time I actually played a session of Destiny at my office with my Vita all the way from home. It was broken, but it played. It actually worked.
Gotcha. Oh, okay. So Ian brings up a good point. He's saying releasing a new version would help with the original PS5 be more available. Yes, it shifts the demand for the new. Yeah.
Yeah. That's true.
That's true because then you have people that'll be like, "Oh, well, I already spent all this money on one. I'm not going to buy the new one."
Right.
And then you'd have people, and, of course, some people still will, but then you have people wanting one, and then they may just chase and want the new one, and then that'll make the original one available for people like, "Listen, I don't care. I just want a PS5."
I mean, yes. But I'm one of those people right there. I was like, I'm like so close to just wanting one because there's a lot of stuff that's coming out. Final Fantasy 16, there's the new part of the Final Fantasy 7 remake craziness.
But that's all going to be on Steam though.
Eventually, I guess. But at the same time is like I don't play those games on a computer sitting here, and I only have a computer sitting here. You know what I mean?
No, that's why you need. That's
I
why
know
you
could get a Steam Deck, and do it that way. But it's just like, but then I just don't know. It's something about that particular franchise and Sony for me is like, it doesn't feel right, but anyway, that's just me. But at the same time, the practical side has said, no, it's 2022. This thing's been out for a little bit. Do not buy a PS5 right now because what they're going to do is they're going to turn around and just going to announce the PS5 Pro as soon as you buy one. And it's like, yeah, I know. So
that's what I was going to say. If you're waiting
because PSVR 2 is right around the corner. It's just insane.
Yeah, if you're waiting to get one, you're like, look, I want a PS5. Wait, and then that way the original one, you probably could get like a used one, like a GameStop or something for like half the,
Yeah, but I know myself. I'll just buy a Pro. I'll just buy the Pro.
There you go.
That's exactly what'll happen.
Well, then at least you'll have the latest one.
Yeah. Do you ever have or play a PlayStation PlayStation TV? It was basically a Vita. It was, and there is one right under this desk. I still have mine. It was upstairs in the bedroom. We were actually using it for something completely different than what it was intended to be used for. But yeah, I still have my my PlayStation TV. It's cool. I want to do one of those hack things once because PlayStation TV isn't supported anymore. Sony doesn't care. It's just like, who cares? They don't even care about the Vita anymore. I want to do one of those like hack things and just like throw all the games on it and start playing stuff. Like hook up things. The only thing is like you can't really play stuff like what the heck was it? Golden Abyss? Yeah, Uncharted. Because you need like the touchscreen stuff, and it's like all those games that need the touchscreen, or the back touchscreen. Like you can't like analog that. I guess you could the back touchscreen. You could do that on a PS4 controller.
You can get like a Japanese jailbroken Vita. Like I've seen the ton like eBay. They're like $100.
Oh yeah, I mean you can do that too. Yeah. It's one of those things. I mean, yeah. Poor
I thought
Vita.
about that.
Poor Vita. Like I lost mine now, so it's very, very cool. But man, I miss that thing. Hey, what's up, Pete?
Snuck in here.
What's up? What's going on? How's it going?
I was almost about to say I'm excited for Oh wait, it's only Monday.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's usually right around the corner, and it's like a whole week away now.
It feels like it needs to be the weekend.
Yeah. It's like there's normally on a Monday night, actually what I'm going to be doing in the next, I don't know, 20, 30 minutes. Cause I still at work tomorrow, but I'm usually folding clothes right now downstairs. While I have my other headphones on me, watching the football game. And right now what is it? It's, what the heck is it? It's Green Bay and the Rams.
So, he gave up his football game to be here.
Yes. Yeah. No no seeing Baker Mayfield running all over the field with that old guy, Aaron. Man, what a wild game that's probably going to be. Hey, what's going on, man? Welcome in. You know what? The EXP does rock. You know, that's what I wouldn't know right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, yeah, it's still here, it's still hanging out. I'm liking it, doing a thing. I almost had a complaint about this that no one else was saying anything about, but I wound up finding out that it was my old hands that were actually the problem. It wasn't the device. Went to my chiropractor today, and I was like telling them about it's weird. Like I never really have this problem. Why am I having this problem? And then they were like, yeah, it's you. And I'm like, oh, all right. Because I'd been doing a whole bunch of other stuff over the weekend, and then I went like lifting stuff and moving stuff around while we're getting stuff ready for the holidays or whatever. And then I sat down to play the EXP for like 6 hours. So yes, that is true. I know why they don't work. But I don't know if I can say why.
No,
they are working. They are working on a fix. But yeah, if you want to know the real reason, just DM me, I guess. So, but yeah, it's not a bad reason. It's just it's the way it works. But yeah, well, but I mean, yeah, they won't even unlock is actually what the real story about that is.
So sad.
I mean, I guess join the club. I loved Sega in the 90s too, because that's all I had. I only had the Sega Master System, and that was it. Every one of my friends got all the new cool stuff. They had the NES and the Super NES and the Genesis and all that stuff, and I didn't get that until way later. But then once I did, I got it all, and then I gravitated to Sega CD before PlayStation. So it was Sega CD all the way. It was good stuff. So that's conversations for another day, because we could go into like a Sega CD episode. That'd be awesome.
Oh, that would be
what
cool.
I should do? I should break out the JVC XI, hook it up, and like get a couple games burnt, because I don't have any of my games anymore. Get a couple games burnt, throw them in, and we should just start playing games. Yeah, that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, no, one of my buddies had the Sega CD. Definitely, very, very different, interesting system.
Yeah. Yep. He's gonna go play some more EXP. It's good stuff. It is good stuff. So
yeah, it's interesting. I guess we could do a whole show, because anybody who's watched any documentaries on Sega, like some of them, they were just kind of lazy and they just took the same game, ported to the Sega CD, and it had like CD quality tracks and maybe some FMVs in between, and that was it. It's like, really, But then some of them, like Final Fight, they actually made that like very much like, I think to this day that's credited to be like the closest to the arcade port. So it just
nice.
Oh, UK subscriber, cool.
Yeah, that's cool. Hey man, I mean, it must be like super early in the morning for you. But yeah, because I mean, if you're up wicked early in the morning and you want to hang out, DM us one day. You can find us on all the cool things. We'll talk about it. Why not? So, but yeah. So what else we got?
I do have I do have. You know what? I do have 2 polls.
Nice.
You want me to show that? Yeah, I try to do like at least like one of those, like one of those once a week, since we come out every 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
So
yeah, this poll was pretty enlightening.
Yeah. And we actually get on all our channel, we get a pretty good response. But I mean, part of the reason we do this is because of you all, and so we'd like to know what do you all like. So I put I would watch the following type of content on this channel: Magic the Gathering, so sad, 4%, but Steam Deck 20%.
we tried to make it a thing, but
yeah. Arcade content 48, and then all the above 28. So, but still, I was surprised. I mean, that's great.
Yeah. I mean, our arcade game content for sure. In the winning column. I mean, we can do it. We have the technology. We can definitely do it. For sure. So definitely, look forward to seeing some of that stuff. Like we were talking about that a little earlier.
Yes.
So yeah, I got to start doing some of that stuff. Hooking that stuff up and let's go. Yeah, what's going on, Phantom? What's up? It's all good. We're hanging in. Yeah, this is the I guess the random grab part of the show. So
yeah. No, thank you, Phantom, and I do appreciate all your kind words on my latest Steam Deck video and all that, and so excellent. So here's the question that I ask, because like for me, like when I'm in an arcade, so for me, I picked a mix of everything. Like going to Dave and Buster's, like I'm gonna play those retro games. I'm gonna play like a lot of the gun games, VR games, ski. I like to play it all. Like anything that catches my eye. Driving games, modern or not. So yeah, I thought it was like really no one plays modern. Interesting. Like if there's like the latest version of Street Fighter, Samurai Showdown, you're not gonna swipe for a credit.
I mean, so the weird thing is like, when I answered this question, right? Like, what am I most likely to play? I picked a little mix of everything because there's always that thing. Like for example, that company Raw Thrills, they're the people that do those like ginormous machines that are in like Chuck E. Cheese and like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So they have like a Luigi's Mansion one. I played that one. It was pretty cool. And they have like all sorts of different ones, like the snowboarding one or whatever. The one that made me go, wait, like I was in a place and I didn't have any inkling on going anywhere near an arcade at this place. But from the distance, I saw the Halo logo. And I was like, what the heck is this monstrosity? It was this ginormous, like 3-seater widescreen thing. And I'm like, wow.
Yes, and you have to hold like two hands.
Yeah.
With the gun. Yes, yeah. I played that at Dave and Buster's. Yeah, it's by myself, but it's epic. Oh my god. Yes. And
I'm like, that is crazy.
Yes.
There's no way you don't swipe that.
Thank you. See, there's
no way.
Yes. Even if you don't like Halo, right? Just for the fact of how enormous. That's what surprised me, and that's why I say a mix of everything. So that's because if you see something cool, yeah, I'm gonna play it, or like a Ghostbusters machine, yeah, I'm gonna play it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 100%. 100%. I mean, even some of those new, like the new ones, right? So they got those wacky, like giant, like floor to ceiling, like Space Invaders things, where it's like the carnival shooter.
Yeah.
Where like instead of doing like the regular Space Invaders thing, you've got like a gun, like in the Halo game or whatever, and you're actually just shooting an LED screen with all the different things that are like. That's so awesome. It's so awesome to see like those just people having wild and crazy ideas. You got to check those out. But of course, the classics are there for you too. Like,
yes.
I mean, don't get me wrong. As much as I would play, like those new ones, you'd find me losing hours if there was, any of the bigger ones, right? Like a Mario Brothers cabinet, I'm in there. A classics Marvel vs. Capcom 2 cabinet, I'm there. Like, God help everyone around me if there's a hard driving cabinet. It's goodbye, see ya.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's one of those things where, like, sure, if I see a Pac-Man, I'm gonna play it, but I'm also gonna, if I see some other like, cool big thing with other cool things, I'm gonna, you're at least gonna give it one swipe. That's all.
Yeah.
That's,
yeah.
Sure. if you're going to like a barcade, don't they have as retro, of course? But I was just curious. Right. Yeah, that was great though. So yeah, people are looking for retro stuff, and that's fine. But yeah, any cool thing that I see there, unless it's like $100 a minute,
right. Yeah, I mean, it's cool just to see like the passion and the care that some of these places have for these machines. It's really neat, and I am super lucky for me to be able to be close to a classic arcade that does have that passion, because there's always something new in there. They always rotate their machines, but they've got the core staples and they keep them running, which is important, which is it's really, really cool to see. So shout out Yestercades. It's a good place, and 100% fan of fiction. 100%. Yes, that is the fantasy. That isn't hard driving or duck hunt for my wife. That is my fantasy. I've got too much money and way too much space. What do? I put the giant sit down Star Wars arcade trilogy with the dome, with the cover, I put that in my house somewhere, and then goodbye. See ya.
You know, you could make it work. It could just become your office, and you just,
Oh
like,
yeah,
just
I
use that
just
as a
work in
chair
the
that you sit
cabinet.
in. And
Yes. Oh man, that game is so good. They nailed it. They nailed the experience because everything was there. You've got like your action buttons that do like like I'm a director in a movie and the big climax is going to happen, but I get to control when the support comes and you hit the button and then things just explode around you. That's really cool. Like the fact that everything has force feedback and like as you're playing each one of the missions, you actually feel like you're in control of something that's heavy and has weight. Like amazing. And then the same stick feels the same. It feels a different way, but also the same when it goes to the lightsaber battles. And when you're doing the lightsaber, it feels like you're actually doing it. And it's like, oh man, what a well done machine idea. So kudos to whoever figured that out. But also, I just want one. There is one. It's like sort of in disrepair, but there's one now in the sort of local cinema. It's like the town next door to me. They've got one in their movie house, and I throw $1 or $2 at it every once in a while. But there's so much screen bleed, like it had like screen burn in because I guess it was somewhere else and they left it on too long. So you just can't, like, they didn't replace the screen or they're probably not going to get it fixed. And it's like, oh, it's so sad. But
so for this
my God.
for like I know it's dirty looking at the title, but I promise when I scroll down, it's not what it. So this is like over 3,000 pounds.
Yeah, it's like $5,000.
Awesome arcade from Sega.
And
this one, so I don't know if the screen has been converted to LCD. So I don't know if this is the original or if it's like a remake. But I mean,
yeah. This is one of the ones this is like the one that they have at the Hillsborough cinema at the place that's that. He's just said, "Is that all? I buy 2." Oh my goodness! All right, well, you buy 2, you ship one to me, okay, Phantom?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, man! I mean, I guess it isn't a bad price for something that is of this kind of quality. To be honest, for that kind of thing, it's just like when you first see a price, you're like, "Oh man!"
New locks and a free play.
Yep, that's cool though. I mean, that cab looks clean. It really does look clean. Where is they're just going through oh, here we go. Oh, there's the guy explaining.
Yeah, because there's an
that
LCD.
Does look at that screen. Oh man.
I know.
They did a really good job on that. I guess he's like trying to say that they replaced all the lights in there in the background. Oh man, that's so cool. Wow.
Yeah, so I don't know if it's like a restoration or
it looks like it. It looks like they actually restored all the like the overlays and all that kind of stuff because it looks so sharp. Either this was in impeccable condition that like no one touched it, or this was one like a rebuild.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, you can even look at the floorboards. I mean, that's crazy. And that seat looks phenomenal. Maybe
I know.
Maybe they took it apart and cleaned it all. Yeah, like I don't know what that guy's saying, but that looks so clean.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, is it just the other one, or can you buy multiple?
The other one looks like it went around the block in the wrong neighborhood for a while. the one in that cinema. If you almost feel bad for it. But yeah, look at that.
We skip forward a little bit. Ooh.
Yeah, they started the game. Yes.
Oh, that looks great on that LCD even. Dang.
Yeah. Yeah, they start to play. Yeah, come on, show the action.
Yeah, I know.
Hit the action button. Let's go. Oh, here it is. All right. Man. Yeah. It's just fun watching somebody play.
Yes.
See, he messed up already. He messed it up. You gotta pull right. Oh man. This guy's he doesn't know what's going on.
Yeah, if anyone was interested, playleisure.co is what the website is.
That's cool.
Oh wow, blown up the Death Star.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because so the way that the Yavin 4 battle works is, like you do that thing in space for a little bit, and then you go on the surface and you have to like do a part of a level where there's all the towers coming at you, and then after that you go into the trench and you do the trench run, complete with like you got to hit the action button at the right time to do the photon torpedoes to blow up the Death Star. It's oh my god, it's so good. And the Empire Strikes Back stage is like completely different. Like, so you get like some of the, you get the snowspeeder stage, right? But then after that, the snowspeeder lands, and then it's like a first-person shooter for a while. So that's pretty crazy. They do that same thing again in the Return of the Jedi stuff, and then
Nice.
of course, it culminates in a final bonus level. The fourth stage is the second Death Star, so you do like basically the same thing as you do on the first one, on the second one, and then you blow up the second Death Star by going into the
an arcade machine
center.
or a pin, but aren't sure which one. Okay, so yeah, they do. Wow, so they got tons of arcades and
nice, very cool.
Come down and play one and see. Yeah, I wish. Yeah, get on a jet and that's where they are.
Man,
but yeah, that's
cool.
that's really cool. But yeah, I think it's huge. I think you could fit that in your office. We have to shift some things around.
No way. Dude, if you ever saw one of those in person, I mean, okay, so I agree with this point. I probably could. I wouldn't be able to get out, but I would be able to fit.
You never need to. No.
Yeah, it would just be the cabinet would be like halfway through to the door, like in halfway through the door, so I wouldn't be able to get out. But then it would come back to like here, like right here.
Yeah.
And then I'd be able to sit there and just play, and then climb out the window.
Of course, just messing. You probably couldn't, but still, that's pretty cool.
Oh man, it's so wild. Would
that be a tough choice if it's like, hey, you could have a hard drive and fully restored, or you could have that Star Wars fully restored, and you had like room for only one of them? Would that be a tough?
Ooh, I mean, full hard drive traveling cabinet versus full Star Wars, and I had to choose between one or the other.
Yeah.
That's
like it's not a financial thing. Like, let's say it's like, hey, you won the lot. It's just like
right now. It's just like that was it. There was only one choice.
Yes.
That's rough, man.
I know.
That's rough. And if they were fully restored, like to like their full glory, I don't know.
Like they would look brand new. Like if you, like as you remember them in the arcade.
I mean, if it was for the family, I would have to choose the Star Wars arcade because it's just so fun. But if it was for me personally, I do have like an actual goal of eventually getting the world record in hard driving. So if it was just for me, and I didn't have to feel bad about my choice, I would choose the hard drive.
Yes, like if your wife said, "Hey, we have the means and the space. You can pick anyone. You can pick either one of those arcade machines. It's just for you. You don't have to worry about being selfish. We want you to have something special just for you."
Yeah, I mean, I would probably be the hard driving cabinet because I mean that literally is like I played Star Wars Arcade. For like it was that summer, like that one summer where you like you're a kid and you go to every movie for an entire summer. You're there every Friday and you keep playing Star Wars Arcade. And I got so good at it that I beat it on one quarter. That's that story for me. Like Star Wars Arcade trilogy means like it was that summer. It was like glorious. And I have this memory and it's awesome. And I would always want to play it again. But hard driving was years and years and years of playing in that cabinet. And as far as hard driving is concerned, like that's the one, that's why it's my favorite arcade game of all time, because it can actually teach you a life skill. Like you can learn how to drive a stick shift car in a hard driving cabinet. Yes. But I still want the cockpit one, full cockpit. This is the sit down. This is the one they have at Yestergate. They have the open cap. Which is still neat. I mean, it's a fun thing, and it's basically the same cabinet, just without the extra, stuff around you.
Yeah, so there we go from Joe's Arcade.
Locked in that room.
I mean, it's a simulator. I mean, it's
Yeah. No, I can't believe it's, when they created this game, it's so simplistic, but yet everything actually feels like fairly realistic. And it's just so cool. Like it doesn't matter what it looks like. All that matters is that you're having a good time. And oh man, so that's funny that the built-in 10 hard drive and hard drive and high scores, it caps out at 30,000. Do I still have my Twitter? Is it still on my Twitter bio? I think it is. I think I have my picture of that same screen on my Twitter bio.
But yeah, no, this is pretty cool.
Yeah. Let's see here. Come on. Can I go to my... Where do I go? There we go.
No, this is neat because we're like, I don't think the 3D graphics are too crude. Like it's like
Right.
you can still look at it. It's still, and it doesn't feel like to be too outdated. They're going the wrong way.
Yeah, I mean it's it's such a good game, and you can kind of feel like a super awesome, like you're doing some really cool stuff. Like there's these little dips, and then you can go over these jumps. There's a loop to loop that you can go over. There's like a whole stunt. There's a whole stunt track that you can go over. It's really, really cool.
This came out before Virtua Racing, right?
Yes. It was 1988 that this came out.
Okay. I think Sega might have been kind of like Virtua Racing, actually. But like more realistic. Maybe they thought, they said, hey, we'll make it more arcadey. And it's kind of neat that they made this we wish when we went to Driver's Ed we could have driven this.
Right. Yeah, exactly. If you had this as your simulator, it'd be super cool. But yeah.
No, I'm digging it. The background, yeah. So I get it. Yeah, definitely this one. The meaning behind it and everything you'd pick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wonder if
it's pretty cool.
I wonder how he's probably gonna make it. It's 13 seconds. He's probably good enough to get under the bridge.
10,
for the checkpoint.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, finish. Oh, you might make it.
Yeah, he's gonna make it. Gets the extended play. Nice, 32,000. He's doing all right. Wonder how well it is. He's doing the speed track, which is the easiest way to go. Because you do the stunt track, then you have to worry about actually crashing the car. But on the speed track, you basically just got to keep it in line and keep going. It's not like the most exciting way of going about things, but I wonder if he's going fast enough. It's like 20 seconds. He's got to get all the way through the dip, up and over, and then around the corner. I don't think he's going to make it.
How many tracks does this game have?
Just this one. On hard drive, just one. Race driving has 3 that you can choose from. It's this track again, a oval, basically. They call it the speed track, and then a different one that takes you up a mountain and stuff like that. That was the sequel, though. Race driving was a sequel.
Game over.
So they 48,401. So here, I'm going to do this. I wonder
48,401.
48,401. Do you think on my Twitter bio picture that I'm about to show that I beat that score?
Yes, I do.
All right, so I'm going to share the screen. Chrome tab.
I'm just looking. Oh, we got to catch up on the comments.
There it is.
Dang. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Okay, that's from. I didn't know that was from a hardest driver's hard drive, and that makes sense. Dang, yep. You're all 10. Wow, your worst score beats him.
Yeah, that was my first play on that machine that day. It was in Fun Spot in Laconia, New Hampshire. They had the full cabinet. And 48,864 was my my lowest that day. But I kept coming back because somebody came in. I had one lower. It was like a 36,000 or something like that. And then somebody scored 40. And then they just kept playing the cabinet until I got all of them. So I was trying to break 100K which I still have not yet done on a physical cabinet. I've done it in the Genesis version, but I haven't done it yet on the cabinet. So anyway,
well, that's awesome. So the reason I
That's
asked
nice.
whether there's one track, then that's good because then it's just then you have that one to focus on.
Mhm.
But
Yep.
yeah, this is a pretty funny fan and fiction thing. After a few months, you would look like
Yeah,
Tom Hanks from Castaway. And
that's it. That's it.
he's like, no, what? True.
No wife
but
would ever say that.
I know.
That's true. That's true.
And then the console, yeah, I bet the console version ran like mud. That's probably why you want the.
Oh, for hard driving, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's not like a it's not like it's not like it's bad enough where I wouldn't like. It's not like it's bad enough like I wouldn't play it, or own it.
Yeah.
You know, like I have
So here's
my copy of hard driving.
so here's the good
Genesis again.
and the bad thing. Let's say about if you were to get that machine, because I heard you say
Yeah.
to speed run it, and that's like speed running. You could be, it's easy to become like obsessive. Like I could see you having a rig set up where you can have it like, but you could have it with like your score.
Yeah.
And then you have it, and I could see like your fun for fives, like which I mean, don't get me wrong, it would be awesome. Like I could see your channel like turning into like, can I beat the hard driving world record? And then
Yes.
and then
Yes.
you'd be like every day. It's like instead of fun for five going on 10, 20 minutes, whatever
Yeah,
all the
like,
time, just
yes.
go.
Mhm. Yeah, I almost actually dipped into.
You want like any, I guess with like the any percent no glitch. I mean, I don't know if there are any glitches in that game. It'd be like the any percent no glitch category.
That's it. Yeah. Well,
That'd be awesome.
actually, if you I mean, somebody got me, because it's almost impossible to actually do. But let me see here.
Either that, or I know either that, or you at least go on Twitch like once a day. Like,
Yeah.
like actually, you could have it like you could have it set up. I'm sure where everything would be ready, and you could like just hit a couple buttons, cameras turn on, ready to go live. You have like that monitor, like that keeps track of your laps, and you can just like hit the space bar. Like, dude, that would be awesome.
Sure. For sure. Let me see this thing here. Come on. No, that's it.
But
No.
yeah. Well, you're bringing it up, going back to something someone said earlier. Yeah, next year we will focus more on guests. I think just sometimes when life gets crazy, we definitely do want to have more guests. It's always a lot of fun. Maybe, I think we'll probably bring Ralph back again. Like see if he maybe wants to come back on and shoot it with us.
That would be kind of cool. So
yeah, we'll get some new people.
So if anyone wanted to know like why, like if I was ever like crazy enough to like do things about actually getting scores for this game, just because we're on the topic, why not, right? Let's see, this one. There it is. All right, ready for this one?
Shoot.
Who's that guy? Who's that guy in second place on Twin Galaxies?
46. Wow.
Yeah, so that's how real it is for me about getting scores and like trying to get a high score or whatever. I had on my submission date, it was in 2012. I held the number one rank in points until this guy came in 2018. So I was the only one on the list. And I had it for this one. I had it for race driving, and then some other random game.
Is there a category? I mean, is there a category for it on speedrun.org? Is that something that people?
I don't think so. Because in speedrun.org, it was like it's more about like how fast you can do a thing, and in hard driving, I guess you could get lap times, and that would be kind of cool. But it's more about the points. It's more about how many points.
Okay, that's what I was wondering.
So that's all Twin Galaxy.
Well, that I mean, and that because I think you told me too. Like, it doesn't. It's one of those things that doesn't emulate like you through name that. Like, you really have to get like the actual hardware, and that's not easy.
So the reason why this is so low is because it is nearly impossible to actually adequately play that game. How did I do this? I have a MAME cabinet. It actually just got my hands on it again. It was up in my attic for the longest time, and it's actually now at my job. I didn't realize that it was that machine. I thought I actually lost it, but I found it again. So my setup was I had a tank stick, the X Arcade tank stick. It's the one with the 6-button controller and the trackpad, or the trackball in the middle. The trackball in the middle was set as the steering wheel, so I could move the trackball left and right, and that would act as me turning the wheel. And then everything else was controlled on a keyboard that I had in my lap. So all the brakes I think was enter, the gas was spacebar, and then anything else I needed to do on the keyboard was the function keys. Like put in quarter, change track, whatever. But actually playing the game, because it's an analog, it's analog to and you're basically hitting the space bar, and there's no depression. Like you can't, like it can't tell how hard you're pressing it. It's either all on or all off. You have to play the game as if you're flooring it all the time. So you have to feather the controller. So you're sitting there with the space bar, just like tapping it, just to try to like keep it going. Because if you hold it down, you pin it, and then it doesn't work. So it's so weird. It's so weird to play.
So now
it's not meant to do it. But
so now I'm going to put an idea in your head, and it could be a dangerous idea defending. So it is possible for your dream to come true with a little bit of luck, and if you want to put in a lot of work. So I have no idea like what one would sell for, but it might be possible you could find, let's say, like a broken down one, or like one in scruffy condition, maybe for under $500. Like I don't know, but it's not. I mean, I think that it's not as popular. It's like it's not as popular as like Daytona USA or some of the other ones. And so I think I don't. I don't know what the value is, but I think it would be more more obtainable unless there's someone like yourself who also has the nostalgia. That would be dangerous. But it's kind of like one of those things where if you're able to find one, and you're willing to put in the time to restore it, you could get like artwork. I know maybe like because it is a steering wheel that may be more tricky, but it might be something where like over time at least you could get it might be playable. You might be able to fix it even with the original CRT, because you can like I think like Ralph has like I don't know if it's like a recharge kit, but there's like you can you can like redo the tube, like recharge the tube or whatever. But,
he like a degausing kit.
Something
like remagnetize some of the stuff in the tube and like clean up and artifacting and stuff. Yeah, I've seen.
Yeah, the only thing is you do need something like something where you can discharge the CRTs, because otherwise it'd be,
I mean you could really hurt yourself on those. It's no joke.
Yeah. So depending on and the reason I say that, like, I know you want a PS5, but maybe you might, if you're, that's why I said it's a dangerous.
Yeah, no, it is a dangerous game.
It's a dangerous thought, and believe me, like it requires like a lot of work, and who knows after that maintenance, or this thing might be a pain in the ass. I mean, who knows? But
right,
I don't know. But it could be within your reach to have to have that, have it work. And
yeah, what would be really cool is if I could figure out a way to program whatever emulator runs inside of this cabinet over here. And because I always wondered, just like, what if I just slapped a hard drive and ROM in there and then tried to force it to make it work? Or maybe like I could program, like button A, B, and C as, like partial depression of the like when it hit it like had, maybe a governor, right? Where like I hit A and it only gives input to like 25% pedal, and then like 50% pedal and then 100% pedal or something like that, right? So I can actually like simulate analog control, and then have the brake, up top on the top buttons, but then the spinner is the actual steering wheel.
Or you may even be able to take like the main cabinet, maybe buy like some good quality steering wheel and like pedals.
Oh yeah, 100%.
You might be able to Frankenstein, or make, if you have woodworking skills, make a new one, or like if you were to pick up something like the Ridge Racer, like one up on the cheap and like gut it and put in a pie, or I don't know, but
right. Yeah,
but put in a pie, but just mainly have it for hard drive, and I don't know. There's other.
It would be very cool.
Like I don't know if you could plug in a steering wheel that, like, that would be cool. Yeah, something like that would be cool. But I think that's a game you gotta play the steering wheel at least.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like to play it real, yes, you need steering wheel, pedals, and all that kind of stuff. So, but yeah, very very neat stuff.
Yeah, I'm glad we went.
So.
Glad we went up on that topic. Rich's
Absolutely.
quest for the hard.
Absolutely, man.
Hard drive, and I see it. I see the new series now. But yeah, that would be pretty cool. That would be pretty cool to see you trying to get the highest.
Yeah.
To score chase that.
Now I'm curious again. I went back. I saw my Atari logo blinking at me, and I'm like,
"Oh, is it up? I'm
gonna go back into the store and see what happens." Probably not, but every once in a while, I some of this stuff happens, and they're like, like 10:30, they'll just be like, "Oh well, might as well just hit it." Just so it's
what? Isn't it kind of? I don't know. Maybe isn't it kind of ironic? Like of all the systems for Atari 50 to come out, it's like on the VCS.
Yeah, it's like a VCS dead last. Yeah, it's like, oh, cool, thanks. And I feel bad for them because they really tried.
Yeah.
When it happened, they had to announce that there was going to be a delay. Like you could feel it in that announcement that they really wanted it to happen, but
it'll benefit them in the long run because anybody who has a VCS and whatever console, they're going to buy that other copy. I mean, you're like proof of that. So.
Well, that's it. Yeah, I'm there tomorrow as soon as it happens. So I'm going to check when I wake up in the morning before I go to work. So, but yeah, nope, nothing in there yet. But
yeah.
But anyway, speaking of things that need to get done, I got to get to the works. So.
Yeah, we're at the hour and a half mark. You know what? It's like as our audience has grown, it seems like we used to do like a tight hour. Now it's like grown to an hour and a half.
Yeah, well, that's what it is.
We also usually do this on Friday, so I know for the week.
Yes, yeah. Like Thursday into Friday is fine because it's at the end of the week. I'm like, all right, whatever. Nothing really going on in the office, but now what's going on in the office is absolute bedlam. So
yeah. So I guess to wrap things up. So first off, we want to thank everybody. New and old has come to the channel. It's been a great year. This will be the last episode of 2022, but we'll be back 2 weeks. We'll be back 2 weeks from now in 2023.
That's right. Kicking off the new year right with some cool topics and cool hangouts.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, also keep your eyes peeled on the channel too. But before the end of the year, it might not be the last video that will appear on the channel, but this is the last live stream.
Yes.
Because during the thing, maybe I will figure out how to hook up all this Legends stick stuff, and maybe we can start exploring some arcade.
I think you need to give our viewers what they want because they want to see arcade stuff more than Steam Deck. I think you need to.
So like, all right, maybe I'll have to do that. So like, mission accepted, folks. I will do my best to do that. I need a couple more HDMI cables, and I don't know, figure out. I got so many cables down here. I got to figure out where I'm going to plug it in.
Right.
We'll figure it out. We'll see. We'll do it. It'll be good. So anyway, that's about it for me. Except for the fact that if you go to the main channel, it's going to be all Atari all the time for the next foreseeable future, which is going to be very cool.
Atari, like the Atari Invasion, and then like when a new Evercade card or something comes out, then you'll play that. Then back to Atari.
Yeah, of course, yeah. Because after it's hard 2600 and will invade, and then after the Atari 2600 goes and is done, then it'll be Atari VCS because I'll have to go back and play more of that stuff. Yeah, it'll be cool. So anyway, I guess that's all that. So until next time, guys, we'll catch you then. Thanks so much, everybody, for watching. Nice. Yes.
Cool.
Yes.
There you go.
Legends are great. They're such a great cabinet and such a great value too. But yeah, more on that another time. All right, guys. Take it easy. We'll see you later.
Bye.
Calling all retro gamers.
This concludes our broadcast day. Click.